Good morning, everybody. This is Shankar, and this is my series on my experiences in astrology, which I have been talking. Uh, Please try to apply them and let me know about it from my email ID connectingstars@gmail.com. Here today, I'm going to talk about the conjunction of Moon and Mercury. Whenever I talk, I'm talking only two conjunctions, Moon and Mercury together. Moon and Mercury, when they are together, Mercury becomes the daughter of Moon when everything is good. And Mercury indicates staircase. The staircase goes down and comes up. So Mercury is a very important planet to give you the good things of life. Moon and Mercury together in the houses of Moon and Mercury, that is the fourth and seventh. And these are the houses which, as per the Kalpurush, are there and also are their houses. So just forget the signs for a moment. So Moon and Mercury, whenever they're in the fourth and seventh houses, and if they are not aspected by their enemies, that is, or they're unexpected, I mean, that is the best thing to happen. And the friends of Mercury are Rahu, Saturn, to some extent Venus, and the and Sun controls Mercury, but in a very different way. However, it's a friend of Moon. Moon is the friend of Sun, Jupiter, Mars. These are the important planets of which it is a friend of. So you have to see which are the friends by which it is getting inspected, and then come with the results. Now let's say Moon and Mercury alone in the third house, the fourth house, seventh house, sixth house. Good, excellent. If it is not aspected by any of its enemies, Moon and Mercury do not have their inimical planets aspecting it. In my case, the aspect would be fifth, ninth, seventh, right? So if it's not being aspected by these planets, which are the friends of Moon and Mercury, which are the enemies of Moon and Mercury, then it will go to the fourth house, the second house, seventh, sixth, will give you riches, make you rise, and also give you the positive aspects of these houses. Second is all about money, family. Fourth is all about your mother, your domestic, your houses. Sixth is all about, being a very good lawyer, perhaps. Seventh is again about riches. 10th house also, it will give you good results, which is about profession, prestige. 11th and 12th also it will do good, but 11th house, Moon and Mercury, starts giving good results only with the birth of your daughter. And 12th house again, it's going to give you good results. Only Moon and Mercury are together. It will give you excellent results in terms of your uh, rising, giving money. You can only give money when you have money. So you will not borrow and give money. You will have money to give. You will be a charitable disposition, a leader, similar to the 10th house. So these are the places where Mercury and Moon together conjunction would give good results when they are not aspected by the planets which are inimical to them. Moon and Mercury together, placed in any of the houses, would give good or bad results depending on, and they're the best when they're not aspected by either friends or enemies. Then you can easily come out with saying that for that particular house, it is going to give good results for sure. Now, in our system of Nadi, we also give a lot of importance of 11th house because 11th house is of gains. So, a planet at 11th house is also very important. So, 5th, ninth, 7th, and 11th is very important. 5th and ninth give a kind of a blessing to do good. 7th creates a little bit of opposition but gives you, with some difficulties, will give you something good. 11th house marks the gain. What is the gain which you'll have from this conjunction? So, net, Moon and Mercury in second, third, fourth, sixth, seventh, 10th, 11th, 12th will give you good results. If it is not expected, Moon or Mercury are not expected by the inimical planets the because the friends of Moon are enemies of Mercury and vice versa. So that is best, and it is also applies for Moon and Mercury in any house. Best is if they are not aspected. Now, now Moon and Mercury, if they get aspected by a negative Mars and a negative Ketu, second, fourth, sixth, seventh, 10th, 12th, they're going to give absolutely negative results. Second, family destroyed. Fourth, you will not have money. Seventh, business will be a problem. You may be a millionaire but will not be a happy person. 10th, your profession, your prestige, your um, going forward in life is not going to be good. And similar will happen in 12th. Whenever this combination is expected by Mars, a negative Mars and Ketu. So, Mars and Ketu will create problems. Similarly, when you have Moon and Mercury in the 10th house and there is a negative planet in the 11th house, it is not going to give good results. It will give you very negative results as far as 10th house is concerned. Like suppose you have Saturn in the 11th house, your Rahu in the 11th house, sorry, 8th house. I mean, when your planets Moon and Mercury in the 10th house and you have Saturn and Rahu in the 8th house, it is not going to give you good results. Difficulties in profession, it will make you go abroad, maybe make you struggle, you not get what you want. So these are things which happens when, when when Moon and Mercury are in 10th and Saturn and Rahu are in the 8th house, because 8th house is 11th from 10th. Similar, it will be the results when Moon and Mercury are in the other houses and you have inimical planets placed. Excepting, let me give you one thing which is there. Whenever Moon and Mercury is in the third house and you have friends of Mercury in the sixth house, because the third house is basically controlled by Mercury and Mars. So you have whenever you have friends of Mercury, that is Saturn, Rahu, there in the sixth house, which are friends of Mercury, it destroys not only Mars but it destroys Moon also, and it gives you very bad results in terms of your profession, in terms of your day-to-day working, and extremely bad results it will give you. Similarly, if you have a good planet in the 10th house, Moon and Mercury in 10th house, and you have Jupiter in the third house. Jupiter in third house by itself may not be very good, but if you have Moon and Mercury in the 10th house and you have Jupiter in the third house, it is fifth. Jupiter is fifth from this combination, and there it tends to give again good results because Jupiter and Moon combine together, and Mercury also becomes good. So Moon and Mercury together with Jupiter in third house will give you good results. So this is how you have to judge Moon and Mercury. Moon and Mercury are good alone. Again, I repeat in second, fourth, sixth, seventh, 10th, 11th, 12th. Moon and Mercury give the results only after the age of 34. So after the age of 34, they give the impact, the good and positive impact. But the condition should be they should not be aspected by their inimical planets, are inimical to them, to be left alone. And whenever they're aspected by inimical planets, third house being an exception, if you have sixth in the sixth, your planets are friend to Mercury, it destroys everything. And Moon is a very important planet. Moon is a planet of finance. Moon is a planet for happiness. Moon is a planet for luxuries. Moon is a planet for enjoyment. So if Moon gets spoiled, your life is all over. I mean, it doesn't give you much in life. So that is how you have to see Moon and Mercury conjunction, a very tricky conjunction in which you have to see it very carefully and then come to a prognosis or to the result. So this is a warning, a kind of thing which I've seen in terms of this conjunction, and this is the trickiest conjunction you have in astrology which I've seen. You have to analyze it very carefully before uh, you know giving results of Moon and Mercury in various houses. Also, to see the degree of Mercury and Moon, I believe that a Moon destroys Mercury. I mean, contrary to that, I mean, That is what it is. Moon destroys Mercury. So it is better to have Moon ahead of Mercury. So it is better to have Moon ahead of Mercury. So when things are good, then Moon ahead of Mercury is like you know a caking, icing on the cake. So, Mercury meets Moon. So, Moon is ahead. In degrees, Moon should be ahead of Mercury. That would be good. So, it's the most trickiest planet and a very important conjunction. Moon, Mercury is tricky, extremely important. You should always look at it very carefully, and aspects take fifth, ninth, seventh, 11th, and of course, you know if the dispositor is in a sixth and Moon and Mercury is there in the 10th house, and they have some inimical planets there, it will destroy all the good impact of Saturn. It also destroys the impact of the lord of that particular house. I'm not talking about rashis, we're talking about houses, we're talking about Kalpurush sign only in all my videos. So, that is how you have to look at the planet placed. If it becomes inimical, the conjunction place becomes inimical, it also destroys the results of the dispositor Moon and Mercury in 12th house. If it is there, it will and it is again has inimical planets which are which aspected or are in conjunct. It will destroy Jupiter. It will destroy. It will also create increase the negative impact of Rahu. Remember something: Mercury gets all its work done through Rahu. I mean, all the negativity of Mercury is executed through Rahu. It's the boss. The executioner of all negativity of Mercury is Rahu. All the results come through the house where Rahu is placed, or what Mercury wants, depending upon where it is placed. So we have a lot of videos to do. So I'll explain you in some other videos. Already 12 minutes. Thanks and bye for now. This is Shankar. You can go to my site shankarstudy.com. Shankar with the E. You can write to me at connectingstars@gmail.com. Not about what you want in your life, your date of birth, place, time, but anything you have, you got something in astrology which you have seen, and it absolutely comes right. Please do tell me about it. Astrology is not about stars. Astrology is about everything in your brain. The various compartments which our rishis had explained in the brain. That is what it is, and the nuclear fission which takes place in our brain is astrology. To make it easier, we talk about Sun, Moon, Mercury, those things, but they all have the impact within yourself, which makes your destiny. And you're also born with certain amount of water, which will rise depending on what the planets you have. But the status you're born with is because of you know the juice in the planets which are there. Your prarabdha, your previous karmas, which is that energy never gets finished. I mean, you may become old, our body finishes, we die, but there is some energy which is making all this happen. That energy is like carries, it's like the core processor of the PSU, something in the air. It's like the spectrum. It's like it's something which keeps on moving, and it has no death. It has no death. It may remain in the cosmos for some time. It has no death. So, and then it's your brain, which is the compartments of your brain which make your by which we analyze. There is a missing link. There have been a lot of books have been destroyed, books converted into other languages, which we have to decode. So people who know, and who have experience, do write to me. I will also talk in my video. Plus, I'll also write in my books. Thank you. Bye for now. Have a great day.